Saka, did you know that the health and wellness industry is the fastest growing industry in the world? I'm so excited to be having the most incredible chat with my next guest about health and wellness. Please welcome Alisha Christie. Welcome, Alisha. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
We are chatting about one of the most important subjects that I believe is pivotal in my life because I've practiced this for 3 decades and beat the aging process. So you're a health and wellness coach, right?
Correct.
So I'd like to know a little bit about how you got started, because I did meet your dad one day and he worked at Living Valley Springs, so you would have had quite an incredible influence as a young child. Tell me about that.
I did. I was really blessed. So, you know, my parents, they brought us up in quite a very health-focused home. We had a massive veggie patch out the back. We would pick our own food, eat it, grow it and eat it. And they also ran a health food store in our local town. So I was actually just brought up in this whole community, this whole environment of health. And it really set principles for me, I think, for the rest of my life. Like, I still live by those principles for the most part today, and I really feel that I've reaped the benefits of that. So I'm very thankful to my parents. Yeah, it's been great.
So you talk about a 21-day challenge. Tell us about the power of the number 21.
Sure. So there's been a lot of research out there about how a habit takes a minimum of 21 days to build. And so the 21-day challenge that I've put together, the whole idea of it is really to actually set in stone and start getting some basic habits happening around how we think about ourselves, how we eat, and how we move. Because for me, those 3 building blocks really are foundational to overall health and wellness. Yeah.
Yes, because it really does take a mindset and strategy. You don't just wake up one day and go, oh, I'm going to do this, and then chances are you're going to quit, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, when your clients go through this 21-day transformation, they must have some incredible things to say. What are some of those things that they feel?
Yeah. Look, a lot of them, I tell them from the start, it's 21 days. Don't expect this to be some quick fix, weight loss, you know, fad. This is about building habits. And so some of the feedback that I've had is that the women say, I feel more confident in myself. I have more energy. I have a healthier mindset. And you know what? I've even lost a couple of kilos along the way, but that wasn't even my goal. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So that's been really exciting, seeing that they're actually just starting to put some daily practices into habits that are going to last beyond that 21 days.
And isn't it incredible that once they actually get started and then they see this shift happening, they want to keep going, right?
They do.
That's pretty amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Wow. And that, as a trainer and a holistic coach, would just give you the greatest joy, seeing that right before your eyes.
Absolutely.
This incredible transformation.
Yes.
Amazing. Now, you're pregnant at the moment, so you're in your second trimester or towards the end.
Yeah.
So obviously you've been clean eating for a while, but you've also prepared your body before you got pregnant.
Yeah.
So tell us how you feel as a pregnant person. You probably don't even know the difference, right?
Well, yeah, look, I really was intentional about that. So before we even fell pregnant, for about 12 months, I started to put into practice some things that I wanted to make sure that I was ready for this pregnancy in terms of, you know, regular exercise routine already. Already cutting out your processed foods, eating mainly plant-based, and I went and saw a naturopath as well to check are any of my vitamins and minerals out of whack, and so we worked on a few things there. And I have to say, man, so far this pregnancy, I'm just loving it. It's a breeze. I almost feel guilty because I've got other friends who've had terrible pregnancies, and I am just loving it. I have energy, I feel great, and I really put it down to the fact that I already established some habits before I got pregnant.
So this would also be the same for someone, say, going through menopause. If you establish those habits early,
beforehand,
you can almost cruise and breeze
it's a lot
through
easier,
menopause.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
awesome. Now, there is a certain way that you connect with your community with programs and events. Tell us a little bit about what is that?
Sure.
What does that look like?
So I have a few facets to Unleash Fit Living. So locally in my area in Coolangatta, I run local group sessions for women, and that involves not just fitness but coaching and plant-based eating guidelines, that sort of thing, as well as mindset strategies. But my biggest passion is really taking that and making it available to the wider community through the online world.
Oh, wow.
So with that, I have a couple of online programs that are available, and I run an online Facebook community with hundreds of women in there, where we're constantly sharing recipes and workout ideas and challenges to do together to move us forward to becoming the best version of ourselves. And then thirdly, I also run workshops, so women's wellness workshops that look at why self-care is important, how to overcome emotional eating, how to set a pattern and a habit of daily exercise into our lives, those sorts of things as well.
Wow, that's incredible. So it truly is strategy. If you really look at it, you've got clean living, then healthy, fit living for life. So you're literally fit for life.
Exactly.
That term is quite transformational when people actually get that their fitness regime is being fit for life.
Exactly.
So when you break that down, tell us a little bit about the background behind that. There are obviously some laws that we would have to keep, or some those strategic laws, those principles.
Yep.
What would those look like?
Sure. Look, I think that I'll start with the one that I think is the most important, and then there's a list that I think are additional to that. First of all, I think where it really starts, particularly for us women, but for everyone, is how we actually view ourselves. So our lives bear the fruit of what we are thinking about ourselves on the inside. So what we see on the outside, how we act, how we live, is a reflection. And if we haven't got that right, if we haven't started to actually value ourselves as a person, see ourselves as worth the effort to put into self-care and to be healthy and make the best choices, then we're not going to do that. So we need to actually start loving ourselves first, and then acting on that. So that's where I think it starts. But from there, there's some principles. There's this really awesome acronym called New Start. And basically, these principles, if everyone lived by them, Christina, we would be eradicating depression, obesity, anxiety, diabetes, some of the biggest problems in our society here in Australia. So those principles are really simple. New Start. So that's what the acronym is. Nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, which is like self-control, getting air, and then R, rest, and then T is trusting God or a higher power.
Wow.
If you take those 8 principles and if we live them out every day, we would be completely different people.
Oh, that is incredible.
Yeah.
That is truly, truly liberating to just think just 8 simple principles every single day.
That's right.
And I get to live my best life.
Yeah.
Well, it couldn't be easier, could it?
That's right.
Now, I would like to know this passion, this driving passion inside you. Where did this come from to actually do this for people? Because it's such a labor of love to be able to nurture, care, that whole fostering spirit within you. Where did this come from?
Yeah, look, I guess my passion for health, as I mentioned earlier, came from a young child, from my family. Over time, I think I just, as I grew in my understanding, my experience, my knowledge of that, I wanted to share it because I could see the difference it was making in my life. And I started experimenting with friends, you know. And I had a friend that was had a few months till she was getting married, and so she came to me to get her ready for that. And she had an amazing transformation. So when I saw the change, and most of all, the biggest change that I get passionate about is up here. It's actually seeing women change the way they view themselves, and then seeing how that plays out in their behaviours and their actions that they take. And so my passion, I guess, is deeper than just getting out and exercising or drinking lots of water, which is all important.
Yes.
But it really comes down to, are you valuing yourself the way you should be? Because if you do, then all those other things, you'll want to do them, and you'll make the effort to do them because you know, I'm worth it. I'm a 10 out of 10 already.
Wow. How true is that? Now, having that passion is great, but then how do you translate that to actually push and motivate someone to get out of their comfort zone, into their head, into their world, and go, hey, you really need this. I've got something amazing. How do you shift that?
Yeah, look, that's where the coaching comes into play. Yeah. And what I've learned over time is that we all have, we all do think, everything that we do is really based on pain that we want to avoid and pleasure that we want to gain.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
So if we can start tapping into that and going, okay, well, I've not been exercising because I've been avoiding the pain of, you know, moving my body and sore muscles or whatever it might be. If we can transfer that and we can actually transfer that pain to, you know what will it cost me if I don't? So it's really just coaching people through that, finding their why, finding their reason behind what is going to push you on the days when you don't feel like it.
Yes.
You know, and so that's really where the mindset coaching comes into play when I'm working with my clients.
And I can really feel your energy. You have so much compassion, and you're such a great picture of health. So you would make an amazing coach. So the wider community will be influenced with this incredible power that you have to transform lives. What does the future look like for Unleash Fit Living today and beyond?
Yeah, sure. Look, I have a dream to create an online membership community for women all over the world in different stages of their journey. The pre-motherhood ones who need to know, how do I get ready for that, you know, and how can I prepare now before I'm already pregnant and in the kid world. And then there's the mums who are stuck in the kid world for those, 5 odd years where life's just crazy. And so how do I just find time to, eat better, be a good role model to my kids, exercise, even if it's just 10-minute workouts. That's the sort of thing I see happening there in the online space. Then just look, in terms of running workshops and things, I'm really passionate about those 8 principles of health, the new start. And if we can get that out to the world and share with them how simple it can be to actually transform your health, get rid of the depression, get rid of the anxiety, lose that unwanted weight, that's where I see that's where we're headed. If we don't, we will just die earlier and earlier and earlier because of the Western lifestyle that we live in, and I don't want to see that happen.
Well, I'm looking forward to having you back on the show to talk about those 8 laws of health. Absolutely. And we can continue this story. This is going to be incredible.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
So that's it from us today. I hope you got so inspired by living your best healthy fit life. And if you want to know more, contact Alisha through www.unleashfitliving.com or follow her on Instagram or connect with her on Facebook. See you next time.